Hello and welcome back to my channel, Divine Rose Healing. My name is Asil and let's get into your message today. So today we are drawing from the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck, and this is a general money message. So if this message has found you, then there is definitely something in here for you. The algorithm brought this to you for a reason. So the very first card that we have is our Rooted card. And it's really just this reminder of the importance of being grounded on our money manifestation journey, on our journey of manifesting higher and higher amounts of income, wealth, assets overall. The importance of staying rooted and grounded. And because the thing is, when we try to balance too many things, or we get lost in the details, or we start to overthink and worry and think like, when is it going to happen, or when is this deal going to come through? Sometimes we experience delays. If there's this constant thinking about it, then what happens is that we get really focused in our headspace, and our lower three chakras, our lower energy body, does not get fed energy. You can think of it like that, receiving energy and being fed, right? Because most of our energy, our focus, our awareness goes into our brain, and our brain is overactive, so it's pulling on energy from the rest of the body to continue to fuel the energy that's going into our brain, right? Overthinking, all that, or worry. And that's part of the reason why it's bad for your health. But what it does also is it destabilizes you, it ungrounds you, so your body kind of gives away the energy that it has in the lower parts of the body, our lower three chakras, and you start to lose that groundingness, and then you start to live in chaos, right? Because when you're grounded, what happens is that you experience more time in your day, more ease of time, even if you have the exact same amount of things to do as you did the day before or whatever. But the days that you are more grounded, what happens is that you just feel an abundance of time. You notice things kind of naturally work out more in your favor. There's more green lights than red lights. It's more peaceful or harmonious with the environment because you're more connected with your environment. You're grounded, right? This is like from an energy medicine perspective here. By the way, I've spent over 14 years in deep energy medicine studies, so that's where this knowledge is coming from. But really getting that with our first card here, with the rooted, of like the reminder to stay grounded and balanced. Because remember, abundance is not just about material financial wealth. It's also about that feeling, like having abundance of time, having abundance of space, having pleasure. You don't just want to manifest higher income levels to be working nonstop and feeling like you can't catch a breath. You don't want to be abundant in that way. That's not even technically abundance. Part of the reason you're manifesting more and more income or higher levels of wealth is because you want to feel that feeling, that exhale, that I have that feeling of being on vacation, right? That feeling of just ease and lack of tension, right? And so that's one of the roots of abundance, is that feeling. And so it's like, if you're going through life, if you're going at manifesting money from the perspective of overworking back to back, not letting yourself breathe, not letting yourself have that feeling of like, that exhale of, I feel so good, I feel stress free, I have so much, then it's like, if you're not going to manifest it from that feeling, then you can't have that feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you manifest from the feeling of scarcity and overworking, then even if you do manifest the $1 million or whatever next income level you're looking at, maybe it's 10K, maybe it's 100K, it doesn't matter the amount, but the feeling that you'll get even at your final manifestation level will still be that, right? Because the energy that you put into the thing is the energy that will result from it. And so it's like, it doesn't make any sense. You have to kind of learn to slow down here, is the message I'm getting. And there's a rainbow over her head in the card, and it's just like it's really sticking with me now. It's this like aura protection, really. It's this beautiful white light all around her, and it's coming from the rainbow, and it's like an arc around her body. So it's like an aura protection energy that I'm getting from it. And it's like this reminder that you remember to start and be in this energy of like, that exhale of, I have so much, I'm always safe and looked after and protected, and I can enjoy all the finer things that I want to in life. Whatever is your motivation behind this feeling of having lots and lots of abundance, like, feel that now and feel it throughout your journey towards that amount, because then you'll realize the amount will come to you so much easier, and you'll realize it's the perfect amount that you'll need that will come to you. Sometimes you think you're manifesting 10 or 20k months, but you manifested like 7k and you realized it was more than enough that you needed. And so rather than get overworked or overthink the details and the exact amount and blah blah blah, that can be helpful sometimes, but once you know your number, again, you really manifest through this rooted feeling of like, I feel good. I feel like I have space in my day. I feel like I have time. I feel, at ease, right? I read this book called The Having, a wonderful, wonderful book for manifesting money. And it's just like so incredible. Actually, I'm just remembering it right now. But one of the things that she was saying is that having calm of mind, like ease of mind, peace of mind, that's where abundance manifestation starts. Like that's truly, if you want to manifest money, you cannot manifest money if you're always in chaos in your mind. And so that's, again, the reminder here of this rooted card, this rooted feeling. Stay rooted, stay grounded, take time for yourself, take care of yourself, go out in nature, or if that's not available to you right now, take time to like do at home yoga, like give yourself half an hour, give yourself an hour if you can, right? Or 15 minutes. I'm not going to dictate what your time schedule should look like if you have kids or whatever, whatever it is you can do, but give yourself like space, give yourself time to just really take care of yourself and nourish yourself, and not see it like a chore, but see it as, this is my pause from reality. This is my pause where I can think about all the stuff I have to think about right after I'm done this, 30-minute yoga session from YouTube that I'm doing in my bedroom because it's so comfy and cozy, and I just love the feeling, and I can jump right into bed right after, this peaceful yoga session. I'm just going to give myself that time and that space, and then after that I can think about whatever I want to think about. But really see it as your sanctuary. And when you start to do practices like this and really root in calm and have that in your body, in your mind, in your nervous system, that's how it starts to manifest in your nervous system. How everyone's talking about nervous system healing, and that's how you manifest wealth, and it's true. But when you have a calm of mind, ease of mind, through taking time for yourself, through sanctuaries like this, your nervous system will find its balance automatically. It's not something you have to do consciously. It will happen just automatically, because your mind is at ease, your mind is at calm. And that's like the main message of the main of this card. It's like the first card that came up, and it's like, remember to stay rooted, right? And I want to say grounded. And so in the image here, there's rocks, there's trees, right? So I used to love, it's winter where I am right now, but I used to love to go to the rocks at the lake where I live, and I would just go, and they're like these huge boulders, and I would just sit on the rocks, and I would feel so connected and grounded with Mother Earth and all the minerals in the rocks. Like I can feel this ancient, metals and minerals and stuff on our earth just formed together in this rock, and it's like such a wise, powerful creature, and I can just feel it kind of transmitting energy to me, and like this energy exchange as I'm sitting on it, as we're touching. And it was like, oh my gosh, like it was so powerful and beautiful and healing. And so I'm getting a reminder of that right now. I'm looking at this image in the card here, and there's trees and plants and nature. So if you're living in the south, or in the southern hemisphere right now, and you're experiencing spring and summer, then that's you can go out to nature. Definitely go out and do that. Or whenever this video is finding you, doesn't matter, might be spring or summer wherever you're at, or the perfect temperature. I know if you're living in Dubai, spring and summer is not the time to go out. You go out in the winter. So whatever, whenever is the perfect time for you, and then you can go out and you can experience nature, like highly recommended to help you also in this rooted energy. And it just, again, coming back to the aura here, like that's what helps really clean your aura. Remember, it's not something you have to work so hard to do and do all these like Kundalini sessions and then breathwork sessions and then all this stuff to cleanse my aura. Like if that feels good to you, do it for sure. I have phases where I fall in love with Kundalini yoga and breathwork, but don't feel like you have to do that all year round. You can also just have a beautiful, dissolved, clear, pure white aura from things like taking time for yourself, like deep breathing, yin yoga, yoga nidra, falling asleep. Like it can be so easy, right? It doesn't have to be this efforting. It can be this relaxing and receiving. And that's highly recommended. That's like a really excellent way to heal your nervous system and heal your body and your mind, right? Because most of society, most of the way that people are programmed in our day-to-day lives is like we're very yang in our energy, the fire element, very go, go, go. Appointments, schedules, and have to be, our days are just filled with things. And it's like, these yang energies are what predominantly take up our day. And so it's like, remember to, this yin, this receiving, this slowing down is so, so important. It'll help you find balance and help you root, and this is what you need to hear right now on your money manifestation journey. So that's incredible. Let's move on to the next card, which is prosperous overflow. And right away, I'm so drawn to her heart, like her heart space wide open, and there's this beautiful white architecture all around her. And so it's like telling a story of, you move from the rooted energy when you're really rooted and grounded. Your heart, confirmation. You move into this beautiful balanced energy, because now the energy gets to balance, right? Between the head and the lower chakra is fully balanced. And so your heart awakens. Your heart is right in the middle. It's the middle chakra, right? And so with the balanced body, your heart just naturally comes back to life, right? To awakening, to energy, to opening, to expansion. And the heart is such a beautiful big magnet. I always say this, the HeartMath Institute in the research found that the heart is a more powerful, energetic, vibrational field than the mind is. We used to think the mind was the most powerful, but we've actually come to discover that the heart is the most powerful, which is incredible, you guys. And the heart is a center of feeling, right? So that's why feeling is more powerful than anything on this world. Feeling, vibration, right? The energy that you emit. Thoughts are powerful as well. Your brain is powerful. What you think literally sends out frequencies into the world, but feeling is more powerful. So it really always comes down to the feeling. Remember that. But yeah, the message for this one is like, after that rootedness, just from taking time to yourself and rooting, your heart naturally wakes back up. You're more at ease, you're more calm. Remember that nervous system healing I was talking about? It also awakens your heart, and from the heart space, you can manifest so much easier. The first time I ever manifested making money in this way that I was struggling with for so long, I just created so many blocks for myself unconsciously, and I had struggled with it for so long. And the first time I'd ever actually succeeded and manifested the money in it, in that way, because I have a million freelance gigs and I'm always just doing stuff on the side. But through this particular way, it was literally right after I did this heart opening meditation. It wasn't even an abundance meditation. It was literally just for the heart. And for the first time, I went away from, I wasn't doing this consciously, but I was always over calculating. I need to make this many sales to make this much money in this level of time. And I was always in the systems and structures part of it. I'm a Capricorn. And so I get really lost in the systems and the, what's next and that kind of work. But what happened is I went from that Capricorn energy to the Virgo energy, which, by the way, they say Virgos are the most successful in business. I think this is why, because Virgos are naturally heart-centered. Every zodiac sign is associated with a chakra. And so anyways, I went into this heart energy. It was nothing to do with zodiacs, but I literally just opened my heart, and I felt so good. And instead of the numbers, I'm obsessed with numbers. That's why I wrote books on numerology. Instead of the numbers, I connected to the feeling, to the heart, and I was like, wow, people are going to receive this service. I get to serve people in this way. People get to receive this. I just connected to the beauty of it, and how amazing, forget the numbers, but the impact of it. And I swear to God, instantly, within less than an hour, it had manifested, and I had made sales in that way that literally had never worked previously for me. And I was like, whoa, that's all I had to do. That's all I had to do was go into my heart space and feel this rather than calculate. And even if it's fun for you, it's fun for me to get into the numbers and do all the calculations and all that. But the heart space is so much more powerful and beautiful. And when I really felt the impact it would have, instantly made that sale. And so I was like, wow. So that message, that story wants to come through. So remember, the importance also on your journey of being in your heart space and connecting with your heart as you're proceeding, whatever service you offer, whatever job you work, whatever way you have of manifesting your next level abundance. Make sure you're not just in the numbers or you're just in the headspace, but you're really rooted and connected and allowing your heart to come through here, because not only will it manifest so much faster, but my loves, it will feel amazing. It will feel so good. It will feel 10 times better than whatever pleasure you get out of calculating it and overthinking it, all those like, ego things. And they're very practical, they're very important, don't get me wrong. It's good to do them as well, but just to not get lost in them, and to also make space and time for that heart energy, that awakening our heart, because that will, like, that's, what they say, work smarter, not harder. Like, that's coming through here, is like when you're in your heart space, you're working smarter. When you're in your head, yeah, you can get a lot more done and it's very practical, but you're like working harder and it doesn't always pay off. Sometimes working smarter, right? Like, working with ease, the energy of ease and peace and abundance will yield you 10 times more results than working from only your head. So that message is coming through. And the very last thing, oh my goodness, the very last card here from our pull for today is the Catalyst. The Catalyst. And her intuition is wide open. Her whole headspace is protected. What a beautiful message here. Oh my goodness, I'm just seeing this story. So the first card is telling you, like, ground down, ground into nature, come back to your rootedness. And then the second card is saying, and from that energy, you'll move into your heart space, your heart will awaken, you'll have this like fortress of protection all around you. And then the third card is like this beautiful like royal energy, and it's just her head in this card that's depicted, and her head is completely protected, and it's all flowery and flowers growing all around it, right? The crown chakra, the symbol for it is the lotus flower. So for me to see flowers all around the headspace of intuition is like, confirmation there, and it just tells me the crown chakra is wide open, the intuition, third eye wide open, because you have all this blooming happening here, and blooming is always a good sign, right? It's like you coming into alignment with your highest self, you being your fullest self, you're blooming, right? A flower in its full potential, in its full capacity, is a flower that blooms, versus a flower that withers and it's not receiving the energy and support that it needs and it's always drained and blah blah blah. No, this is a blooming, this is fully supported, fully nourished, fully alive, energized, heart wide open, beautiful energy. And again, that support really coming in through the rooted card here, that importance of taking time to connect and root and ground yourself, right? But yeah, that's the energy coming through from our third card here, Catalyst. And so the Catalyst is this energy of like, it's like I think of lightning here, some very strong energy coming in and like zapping you and just awakening you to this higher level, higher frequency that you literally cannot go back on. There's no going back, don't worry. Once you hit this, there's no going back, right? It's just going forward. It's this like catalyzing energy of like this lightning hitting you, but in the most positive way, lightning striking you and you just like aura activated, wide, bright, white lights coming out everywhere from you. So much empowerment, so much energy, so much strength, so much blooming. And at the same time, with all this empowerment energy coming through, her in the card, her eyes are like closed. She's fully protected. There's this beautiful fortress all around her head, and she's like so safe and so protected. So again, it's not this energy of like chaos and overwhelm. It's not too fiery. It's not too yangy. Like empowerment is a yang energy. It's a firing up energy, but she's beautifully balancing it because she's like at peace and in her yin and in her beautiful receptive feminine energy and like beautiful glittery purple eyeshadow here, just like so much beauty coming through in this photo, and like perfect eyebrows, and it's like a funny message, I'm noticing these things, perfect lashes, like just so much beauty. So again, it's this beautiful balance of like masculine and feminine energy, right? Like so much protection and support and receiving, but also being very catalyzed, right? Like a catalyst for change, a catalyst for empowerment, and a catalyst, a change that you'll undergo that you'll never go back from, right? This empowerment, this new level that you'll reach that you'll never go back from. And yes, it will result in more money, but this new level is like a transformation within you, within your mindset, within your outlook on life, within your your self-protection. Like maybe before you were a little bit more critical of yourself, you put yourself down, and it created this energy of like not enough. And so you settled, maybe in certain situations of your life, you settled in your money. Maybe you settled for jobs that didn't pay you as highly because you believed that's all that you were truly worthy of. Those were the only kinds of jobs that you'd be able to land. Maybe that was like a deep belief that ran deep within you, right? And so you settled for less. But the energy of empowerment of this catalyst energy is like this whole new view on life, this whole new view of worthiness within yourself, such a deep worthiness that you're like, I'll never settle again. Like I will never have that energy. And again, not from this energy of like, oh, I'm such a different person now, I'm so much better than who I used to be. It's not this egoic comparison energy. It's just like this energy of like, why would I settle for that? Like, I can literally have anything that I want in this world. Why would I choose that, right? And it's this like aura really coming together, awakening energy, right? Of this like full aura. You know how sometimes people who are, you know, they're self-critical, they'll manifest conditions that disenfranchise them, and more criticism and stuff. What it looks like energetically is their aura is like fragmented, and it's not fully whole and fully shining. Whereas when you are in this energy of like, you know, a fully enclosed aura, and like fully awakened aura, it's not like parts of it are dull and parts of it are scattered. No, it's like fully awakened. Then it's this energy of like self-worth, of empowerment, view on life that manifests higher and higher income levels for you so effortlessly because it's so aligned with them, right? You're not going to manifest, you know, 100K months if you're living from this disenfranchised perspective of, oh, I'm a victim, of, oh, I can't escape this, you know, situation, of all this like ways that we limit ourselves and hold ourselves back. You can't manifest that level because it's literally incongruent with it. When you're at 100K months, you operate with a sense of power. You operate with a sense of freedom, a sense of, I can do whatever I want. Everything is easy to accomplish. Anything is easy, right? Because it's this energy of ease, of having, of grace, of being supported, right? And so your whole belief and outlook on life is different from that perspective. And so, but you have to be in that energy first in order to be a match for the 100K months or for the 10K months. And I see that you're activating that. You're doing this, by the way. I'm not telling you have more work to do. Like, you're actively doing this, but it's just a reminder of that process. And so with the catalyst energy is like, first we root down consistently, we heal our auras, we heal, you know, we release, we cleanse, we purify. All of that happens through grounding work and grounding practices. And then we awaken our heart. Again, naturally will just happen when our body comes back into balance. When we awaken our heart, we awaken our purpose, we awaken our sense of like, I'm working, I'm operating, everything I'm doing is for the collective good. And that empowers and invigorates you so much more, gives you more energy, more vitality, more ability to accomplish more. And then it's like the catalyst happens where you just hit this new level. And yes, it comes with a new income level, but it also is like a new level of being where you just feel so fantastic and you're like a flower in full bloom, like full bloom flower, right? You're your truest self. You're not held back by limitations anymore and lack mindset and poverty mindset. You're a catalyst, right? And then from that energy of being catalyzed, if that's a word, but receiving that catalyst, from that energy, you then become a catalyst for others, right? Whether you do it consciously or unconsciously, it's just this energy that you embody becomes healing to your significant other, to your coworkers, to your family, to your friends, people you interact with on the street. You become a catalyst for others. It's this catalyst energy. And so again, you get ignited and then you pass the torch. You would help ignite others. And that is true abundance, my loves. It's having so much and more. That's the energy of abundance, of I can give so much because I have so much. Right? So that is like such a powerful message that's coming through. You are doing an excellent job. Stay on this path. Remember to take time to get rooted and grounded. I think that's like the main message here is all this will naturally start to happen and unfold once you take time for yourself and you root and you ground daily or every few days or whenever you feel called to. But do it consistently, okay? Not as an overwhelming thing, another thing to add on to my to-do list. Remember, like I'm getting this powerful message here to say that it's not a to-do list, it's not a chore. You're doing this as a form of self-love, as a form of healing, as a form of giving yourself that space to just rest and not have to worry about a million other things that you would normally be worried about, okay? So that's like really your main thing to do is to make space for that. And then everything else here will unlock and will start to happen. It's like the domino effect, right? 444, as I said that. Wow, amazing. Okay, so it's like the domino effect. So it's like you just have to hit that first domino and then everything else will fall into place. And that very first domino is taking that space to root and to ground, taking time for yourself. So we are going to leave the message there. I know that this was everything you needed to hear right now. I'm claiming that for you. It's everything you needed to hear to get to your next level of abundance and wealth. Okay? I'm sending you guys so much blessings and good vibes. Before we end the video, I just wanted to take space to tell you about my new book that just came out. I'm so proud of this book and I'm so honored to offer it forward to you. This is a book about numerology numerology and how you can use your life path number to access your highest level of wealth. Okay, the main thing about this book is like what your most aligned career path looks like. What is your sole purpose as this life path number? What are some common money blocks or success blocks that you deal with as this life path number? And how to heal them, of course, right? There's healing work in there. And it's really, really powerful book. And at the end, I give you like specific affirmations for your life path number specifically. Its sole purpose, it's money healing, and it is the careers that are most aligned for you as your specific life path number. And so the first book is Life Path 1, and it just came out. I highly recommend this book, of course, if you're a Life Path 1, but even if you're not a Life Path 1, if you see 111 a lot, or 1111, or 1001, then you are having that one energy in your life, and it's speaking to you. So although I wrote it for Life Path 1, during the editing process, I edited it so many times and reread it, and every time with more and more intention for the right people to receive this book, the people who will be activated and awakened and empowered through these words. And the more I sent in that message, the more of like, I realized this is not just for people who are Life Path 1, it's for people who have one energy entering their life. So again, 1111, 1001, 111, because it applies to you too. Because like lately I've been going through that where I'm seeing 1111 everywhere. And when I read, and then I'm getting drawn back to this book, like I had forgotten about it for a little bit and kind of, let the editing process kind of hang for a bit, and I was working on other projects. But the more I would see the 111 and 11 and all this stuff, I would be like called back into the book, and I would think that it's just because of editing. So I would go back and I would edit it and reread it, and every time I would like have more and more awakenings from it and just be like, wow, and amazed and like awakened. And so I would just be like, oh, this isn't just for Life Path 1 people, because I'm not a Life Path 1, but this is for one energy, right? This is when one enters your life. And so whether it's through 1001 or 111 or 1111 or like any other one combination, or if you're born on the 1st, the 28th, the 10th, or the 19th, right? You have one energy. This is for you. There's going to be something in here that's going to awaken you, empower you, and get you on track if you feel like you're in a money rut, or you feel like you were born to do something bigger than what it is that you're currently doing, but you just need help, leaping there and really believing in yourself, or figuring out what it is to get you there. This book has journal prompts for clarity, and it has like so much endless things. There's a chapter here for your chakra healing. There's a chapter on money healing, a chapter on your wealth blueprint based on your life path number, or this 1111 energy entering your life. Just so much good stuff in here that, again, guys, like this was a totally channeled book. I wrote that story in the introduction here, but totally channeled from source. And so I'm just so honored that if you feel called to this, that you're going to get it and you're going to read it. I'll leave the link below. It's available on Amazon, so you can get it next day delivery if you have Prime. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this message. I'll also leave other links below if you want to stay in touch. But thank you so much for tuning into this message. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.